Good morning. We are here with Altitude Travel and we are about to bike down Death Road. I'm feeling pretty nervous this morning. Just had some breakfast, we got all our gear on, and yeah, I think everyone's just finishing up signing paperwork and then we're going to be getting going. We were picked up just after 6, I think it was like 6:15, and then it was about an hour and a bit ride in the van up to the top of wherever we are right now. Fell asleep a little bit, and then just as we were pulling in, they started playing Highway to Hell and scared the hell out of us.
Yeah.
And so we've just been having breakfast at the side of the road and
getting ready to
everything.
Conquer this Death Valley mountain thing.
God. Yeah, how you feeling?
Ready to go.
Ready to go? Yeah. But also nervous.
Yeah, at least we can color coordinate.
Yes. Yes, we do look pretty amazing.
Great, I'm gonna give you the bags.
All right.
Open, close, right?
It was at this point that my hands were so frozen and I got hit with a wave of nausea, so I opted to jump in the support van for the rest of the practice run. Dave kept riding with the rest of the group for another 15 minutes or so.
Oh,
Are you good, guys?
oh yeah.
Let's go.
Less cold.
Now we finished with the first section. Now we're gonna go in the car for about 10 to 15 minutes to the real dead road. Okay?
Okay. It was pretty cold and kind of bumpy, pretty fast. It was nice. It was 30 minutes. I think we went down 1,000 meters elevation. I think the first 30 minutes was just kind of like the test ride. And now we're doing the actual death road. Here's hoping I have the skills necessary to survive. I'm sure it'll be fine. We are finally at the start of the death road.
Yeah.
And we're about to do the
called over for a little
info
session.
300 deadly accidents every single year. I mean car accidents every single year until 2007. Because until 2007, this road was a working road. That's why in 1995, the Inter-American Development Bank decides to christen this road as the world's most dangerous road, aka the Death Road. The worst accident happening in 1983. Two big buses collided in a sharp point. 100 people were found dead, approximately, in just one accident. That's why the Death Road. In 2007 was the year that they started using a new highway. Since then, it's only for biking activity.
How's it going?
Not bad. How's it going with you?
Not bad. Now that I'm warm and we're at much lower altitude, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Just hands a little sore.
Hands are sore.
From
we are
the...
at 2,577 meters.
Yeah, definitely doing better.
Good.
My butt hurts. I can only imagine how much it's gonna hurt tomorrow.
It's gonna get warmer from here. I'm gonna take off more layers.
Get warm.
I'm okay.
Is that what he said to do?
Yeah, he said take off some layers.
All right, we're gonna start taking off some more layers. How's it going?
Not too bad.
That's good.
Let's go with you.
Oh, not too bad. Much better now. When we first started, it was really brutal for me. So it was so cold. I couldn't feel my hands. And then I think the sudden drop in altitude, because we started at like 4,400.
4,400, I think. Yeah.
And then we went down like 400 or 500 meters in like
We went up
5 minutes.
1,000 meters in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And now we're at...
Within the first 10 though, I had to tap out because I A, couldn't feel my hands, and B, I was almost sick. And I think a big part of it was A, the cold, but B, just the altitude change. I think I actually got some altitude sickness. And then as soon as we got down to like the actual start of like the death road area, I felt like completely different. Like now I feel completely fine, but I thought I was gonna die.
I mean, it's nice. La Paz is 3,700 meters. Cusco is 3,300. The actual start of this is at 3,000 flat.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
So I think the thing there is that if you start it and it just feels impossible, I was certain that was going to be it, that I wasn't going to be able to do it.
Yeah. Give it like half an hour.
Yeah, wait till you get down lower. And it starts to get really warm. Like I started with so many layers on, and I'm just down to my t-shirt under this now.
Yeah. Now we're about an hour and 40 in, and we're down to 2,300 meters.
Feels like it's going fast.
Yeah.
But also, what did he call it?
Probably Bolivian massage.
Bolivian massage or something like that.
All the rocks.
Yeah.
We're gonna reduce the speed. We're gonna just push the back brake. From that corner, like what's ahead, on the wet section, just the back brake, okay? Whenever you go past Oliver, you can go back to normal, but meanwhile, just on that corner, like 200 meters, just back brake. In case that you're ready, grab your bikes, let's continue.
Be safe. On your left.
How are you guys? But it's also my favorite part because what's ahead? Ahead's like a slide, so it's gonna be a steep hill. My friends, we're gonna have a distance of at least 5 seconds among each other, okay? I'm gonna go first, then one by one, 5 seconds among each other.
All right. Almost made it. I'm trying to see if I have dirt on my face.
You do. And
Oh.
it's just drying. How's your Jello?
Pretty good. Haven't had it in about a decade.
I had a banana, and I've got some avocado here. And you had what? Was it like chicken salad? Sandwich or something?
No idea. It was 2 dinner rolls.
Yeah.
And then some white creamy stuff. I think there was a solid in there. Could have been chicken, could have been fish. It was one of them.
Delish. If your adrenaline wasn't pumping enough already, you could pay to do a zip line during the snack break. There was also a building you could hang out inside that had washrooms. You first.
Yeah. Sunglasses.
So at this point we get to the very bottom and we ride into this little town and pull off at like a small cafe area. There was a washroom and we could buy a drink or something to hang out for a bit while they packed up all of our gear and washed the bikes off a bit.
We're gonna be collecting all of the equipment as well as been doing some washing to the bikes. All right, this is not a hotel yet. We're gonna go to hotel. Is 15 minutes away from here. My friends, just relax. Relaxation time now. All right.
And then we also heard more stories from one of our guides about recent deaths from people having done the death road biking. On his first day as a guide, someone had like a compound fracture, 2 bones sticking out through their arm after they fell off. He went to take off their elbow pad and was like, oh, this is not good. And then we drove about 20 minutes to a hotel. So at this hotel, you could use the washrooms. There were showers if you wanted to use those. We didn't check them out, so I'm not sure the state of them, but they were there if you wanted. There's also 2 swimming pools, which none of us used either. I think we were partially just really tired. And then there was also a buffet, which was included as part of the tour. So we all got something to eat and just kind of hung around for a bit. We were supposed to be there, I think, until 3:30, but everyone was pretty much ready to go just before 3, so we just all head out. Basically, at that point, we just hopped back in the van and GPS said it'd be about 2 hours, and I think it ended up being about 3. I think we got back around 6:30, and they dropped us off right out front of our hotel, which was amazing. Overall, our experience, how we felt about it. I definitely can say, like, I understand why they want you to do the like practice run first where we did it, but I also have to say that because of how cold and nauseous I felt, it immediately turned me off the whole thing. Like, I didn't want to do it anymore. Luckily, once we got down to it being like warmer and lower altitude, I felt completely fine and then was ready to go.
This is something I've wanted to do for a really long time. Like, I don't know when I heard about it or where I heard about it, but it's probably been like 10 years that I've been like, if we ever go to Bolivia, we have to do this death road thing. So I'm happy that I've done it. I was happy I was able to do it without getting injured. That was good. It was very rough. And I don't mean that to just say like, oh, they should have done something differently or it could have been better. I think that's just what it was. And I would have found out about it more if I did any more research into it, which I didn't. So I think my enjoyment of the entire thing, I was going to say I wasn't overly enthused about it. However, this doesn't mean I think it's bad. I just think it's not something that was for me.
I think we've just discovered we're not downhill mountain bikers.
If you actually mountain bike and you enjoy mountain biking and you do it regularly, so you're used to sitting on a mountain bike for 4 hours at a time and you're used to going over like really rough terrain and all this, then I think for you it would be very enjoyable. And I think it would be something you should do. I think the company that we used was very good.
Yep.
I think the bikes that we used through them was very good.
Yeah, nothing bad to say about the tour, really, in general.
Yeah. And the views going down, very good views. So I think due to my personal inexperience, I personally would rank this lower.
As an experience.
As an experience.
But not as a tour.
But not as a tour.
Yeah. Now, that's also not to say that if you don't have any experience that you won't enjoy it either. I just think you may be less likely going to get as much out of it.
Yeah.
Again, had never been mountain biking before. I think I knew before we even started that this tour wasn't really going to be something that I was going to enjoy, but I was willing to do it as like a challenge. Like, can I do this? Which seems kind of silly in retrospect, because it's kind of like either you can do it or you're going to fall and hurt yourself and or die. So
I did find it surprising that this tour, it's like the Death Road tour, is actually surprisingly dangerous.
yes.
Which obviously it sounds like it's in the name, but the thing is it's so random. Like you're going down this hill and it's a fluke, and it almost feels like regardless of your skill level, it's kind of like tossing a coin whether or not you're going to get hurt. Our guide the tour before, he fell off the bike. A guy who was much more experienced than us, much faster, so on and so forth, he fell off and hurt himself.
And there were some close calls for me.
Yeah, same.
Not like driving off a cliff close call, but just like hitting a patch of gravel or a rogue rock that I didn't see coming.
So yeah, anyways, long story short, I'm happy I did it and completed it without hurting myself. I wouldn't do it again. I think the tour was well run. And I think I would have enjoyed it more if I was better at mountain biking.
Yeah.
The main takeaway from this is if you're not a strong mountain biker, I would suggest potentially not doing it. And if you are, I would still say
be careful.
Be careful, because there's a very real likelihood that you'll get hurt.
Yeah. I almost feel like if you are more experienced, you're more likely to get hurt because you're probably more willing to take risks.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I think, what our guide said, is that it's actually the guides who get hurt the most on this because they do it so often that they just get kind of like too comfortable.
We did it.
We survived.
Join us in the next video as we take a 3-day and 2-night Jeep tour of the famous Uyuni Salt Flats.